let's do it.
Okay, we're
All
rolling.
right. Good morning, afternoon, whatever it is at the moment. So before we get started, I have to say this, just as a heads up.
This is gonna be another blooper.
Nikki and I were on here getting ready, and all of a sudden there comes this voice bellowing. I don't really like this one. As I'm looking
Now,
at
lovely Zoom doesn't,
hear
if
the
you're
voice.
off camera, doesn't
see
show
nothing.
anything.
It's Miss Carrie yelling at us before she's even here.
I had good reason, okay?
She's
I was
putting on
very
her glasses.
passionate about something. I was trying to protect a friend of ours.
running, deciding whether I run and hide or let the voice continue. Or
No, I'm kind of like Morgan Freeman coming in.
Yeah.
God, you know.
I was waiting. Well, if that gives you
Taylor's gonna have
what
nightmares.
today is going to be like. Okay. All
Oh,
right.
that's gonna be good.
So we are Women Talk Fierce. We are three women, three stages of life, motherhood, business, a roller coaster of laugh, lessons, and loud opinions, clearly.
Apparently.
And it might just turn into a true crime podcast, and we're thinking Kira today. Anyways.
Listen, no, I'm thinking it is going to be like American Makeover. That's what it's about to be. It's going to be American Makeover, not true crime today.
There you go. That's a better one.
We'll go with that. We'll go with that. All right. So today, ladies, the topic is girl boss detox. So the first question is in this little series, what made you stop glamorizing the grind? I'm not sure I glamorize the grind myself. Anyways, go ahead, Nikki. Is your face
time for that?
You never glamorized it?
You never thought, oh, I'm going to do this and do this and do that and amazing, and I'm going to have this from working. Oh, come on, Nikki.
No, I think there's a difference between setting those type of goals or but not
no glamour.
I'm gonna start my business and then by the end of the year I'm gonna be a millionaire.
Well, actually, surprisingly enough, that is what most people think.
Exactly. And then on the flip side, I like to show real life business, like kind of what we do here. And I have like my blog that I tell all kind of stories on that people don't like. I just don't glamorize it. It's just.
Are you trying to say that you're grounded? Is that what you're trying to say?
I have to be.
All right.
I'm the only one in my little family that is grounded.
All right. So then that takes us to Kira, who's clearly not, because she has clearly glamorized it.
Oh, I definitely glamorize it. And as a matter of fact, I think I still have moments where I do, right? Where I'm like, this thing could be that thing. But I will say it's because when I started my business, it grew very, very quickly. I was one of the fortunate people who grew extremely fast. So I never in a million years thought I would get to 6 figures in a year. I never thought that would be a thing. And so when it did happen, I was like, okay, I know it's possible. I know it's out there. I can go chase it. And then reality slapped me in the face.
That's why I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have that fear of getting bitch slapped, basically.
Yeah, and it can. And it wasn't the business itself, it was actually life, because I had a circumstance that came up that ended up like, oh, now I do need to actually grow the business, and it can't just be like sit back, relax, have fun with it, let it come to me. It was like, oh my gosh, I've got to figure out how I'm going to grow this thing in order to. And so I think it slapped me in the face. And instead of growing the business, I did the complete opposite. I talked myself out of it. So.
Oh, well, yeah, that actually does happen quite a bit. I thought it's living in a fear position at that point.
It is. And burnout, right? Burnout happens. And I burnt out.
And it's real.
Yeah, it's real. I burnt out.
I think when I had my busiest season of business last year, like my first ever, like I was making good money and this and that. I had clients like begging to work with me, and I was like, Like, I like this.
Ooh.
And I sat with it for a little while. And then I'm like, but like in the back of my head, I always think
What if?
this can and will go away. So
But it's that
Oh,
thinking, because if
that's
you
a
think it
tough
where do I
will,
like
mindset
it?
though, because it's
yeah.
almost like you're putting it out into the world, to the
If you
universe.
think it will, it will.
Well, I
I
think
don't
too,
really
I was
want to
like,
go
okay,
there.
this is like beyond my limit. Like this is, I didn't like it. It was too, not the money,
Hit the
obviously.
ceiling. You hit your ceiling. I don't know if you guys have
Yes.
read The Big Leap, but The Big Leap talks about this. Like, we all have a ceiling, we all have a threshold, and we have it
Mhm.
with income, we have it with success, we have it where we're like, this is kind of our limit. This is what we think we deserve. What if you
Right.
took your ceiling up a little bit?
I don't think
I
I
would take mine all
have
the way
that.
up.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
think I have that.
I
But
Read
again,
the
think
Think and
mine
Grow
like
Rich.
making the money and making the more, that's why I raised my prices. Kira probably laughing in the back of her head. But since I've raised my prices, I've been able to take fewer clients that still make, and that's my happy, like I'm happy with that. It's
Yeah.
because
and
I'm
that's just
comfortable,
kind
I'm
of
not
trial
stressed
and
out
error,
either
actually.
way.
Yeah.
So,
That's trial
Yeah.
and error to see your comfort zone, I think.
mhm,
Because
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I have been in this for, over 20 years. So its highs and lows are real, but I've seen the really, really, really highs. And I've seen the
yeah,
really, really lows, but the highs have been notable. And they've
Yeah.
been to a position where, okay, there's no question I can certainly do that. It's in the tough times you're like, well, wait a minute, how do I do that again?
Wait a minute, I was
Wait a minute,
here, so
how do
how do I
I
get
do
back
that
there? How do I get back there? And I think that is
yeah,
a
most
huge
definitely.
question, right? That most people ask, like, how do I get back there again? How do I recreate that feeling?
Right,
Mhm.
right.
'Cause it's
Which
a good feeling.
I
It's
think, and I
definitely
will, I
fun.
will, I will say, if you go back to your purpose, every time I have strayed from my purpose, every time I have made it feel like the grind or feel like, oh, here's what I have to do for the money, I'm going to suck it up and
Mhm.
do it. Then I find that your passion's gone, the drive is gone. It's almost like you're on that same Ferris wheel where you're just,
You feel
continuing.
like an employee inside of the
Exactly.
business.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I think that's a dangerous place to be. Not that you don't go there, not that we can't go there, not that when we're not struggling, your mind, of course, plays tricks on you. It's
Right.
going to go there whether you want it or not. It's how you handle it and how you kind of rid those thoughts, the
Yeah.
tools to get rid of those thoughts. And we've talked about it
Mhm.
before, the situations, whatever brings you joy, whatever can, reset that mindset, whatever can give you another option to reframe how you're seeing it. Otherwise, I think you can spiral out of control. And I think you can
Oh,
think about,
yeah.
oh, man, you're right. I should just go back to that 9 to 5.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely. I can't tell you how many times I've thought, all right, I'm gonna go find a job.
Yep.
But
Mm-hmm.
no, I mean, the truth is that I know it works. I know
mhm,
what is possible. I know what is out there. I know that we can build sustainable businesses online or in person or however you want to do it works for you. But I know it's possible. And I'm not a quitter.
Right.
I'm not a quitter.
mhm.
There are going to be ebbs and flows in business. That's just the way that it works.
Into
We've
it.
all seen that.
And you saying you're not a quitter makes sense because it sometimes it is okay. I mean, people
It
quit.
is. Yeah.
People just cannot handle. I mean, I
Yeah.
had a relative who desperately wanted to go out on their own, and I knew that they had never worked anything but
Yeah.
9 to 5, 9 to 5. It was a really hard mental break where not that they couldn't do it, but that
Yeah.
stability factor was gone. And that was all it
Yeah,
took to throw them completely
Yeah.
off.
And
I
there's so many
mean,
factors.
mentally throw them
Yeah.
under the bus, where it's just, and they were in their 40s, and frankly, it was
that's
more clear to
scary.
me in
Yeah.
the 9 to 5 and where the stability, and that's where their mind was, and it wasn't going to shift. So
Yeah.
that's okay. But for those of you who are in it and really want to make sure that this is your living, you are going to do this, you're going to make it happen. It takes a lot of resilience. It takes a lot of mental training. It takes a
It
lot of
does.
taking things in. It takes a lot of talking to your friends, maybe whining on the phone, crying on the phone, going, what in the world just happened?
The entrepreneurial spirit
That
is
is
real.
real.
It's
It
Absolutely.
real.
is.
I mean,
It
you
is.
have to have that in you, and a lot of people, and it is okay if you don't.
And it's
I
that's what I'm
want
saying.
to
There's no shame if
emphasize,
it's
there's
not for
not.
you. That everybody's got
Yeah.
their own journey.
But I have always known that I needed to work for myself.
Yeah.
Me too.
I know.
And I actually planned my college around, like, I wanted a degree that I could work from home
Yeah.
because I always wanted to be with my babies.
Yeah. Was that,
Whether it was, I didn't like plan entrepreneur wise,
yeah.
but I knew.
I
You
think
want
I
to figure
always
it out.
knew that I was going to get there. I always had that drive in me because I'm somebody that I will work in the business, and if I'm like, but this could be done better, and they don't want to listen to me, well, I'm not happy.
Yeah,
So like
exactly.
I'm somebody
Exactly.
who I could do this better. I could figure this out a different way. And so I think I've always known that. But also, I mean, my dad was an entrepreneur. And this is what I was going to say when you mentioned your family member, Tammy. There's so many factors that come into what the business is, who you're
Yeah.
working with. Like my dad and his brother went into business together initially when we first moved to the States, and it was terrible. It was a
Yeah.
terrible
No.
partnership. And so there was some money stuff
Family.
involved. Yeah, yeah. And so it was like, don't go there. I mean, he learned his lesson through that. And so he went back to a 9 to 5, and then ultimately started working for himself again. But
Yeah.
I do think that there's so many factors that come into play there.
Absolutely. And like I said, there is no judgment.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship is not for everyone. And that's truly okay if you
No.
know that. Because some people don't, as you guys know, I work a lot on the weekends, I work a lot, but it is for the simple fact that everything I do, everything I touch has to do with a passion.
Right. Yeah.
For me to sit around on the weekends and just watch TV is just never going to happen.
Yeah.
Me either. Me
Yeah.
either. I'm always on my phone. I'm doing God
So
knows what.
If
I
I'm
was
not working, I'm with my kids.
right. So I
Same.
wasn't built for a 9 to 5, nor did I ever, I wouldn't say didn't have them. I had a few scattered, but 90% of my career was
I'm too
self-employment.
bored at my 9 to 5. I'm
Yeah,
like,
but you
okay,
know
I'm
what?
done with my work. Why am I still here?
My favorite 9 to 5s were the 9 to 5s where I had fun with the people I was working with. And those were mostly like high school, college. Like it was
Right.
those times.
Right.
After that,
Yeah.
put me in corporate and I'm out, buddy. I
Yeah.
can't.
Feel it.
Yes.
There were some days I would just sit and I'm like, okay, I was done with my work like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Nobody's ringing my phone. Like,
What am I
but
doing?
you had to stay to get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
absolutely.
awful. It
Right.
was terrible.
And you have to put up with things too that you don't have to when you're on your own, in a way, because if somebody is disrespectful to you, if somebody pushes your boundaries or whatever, as an entrepreneur, you can walk away. You have that choice. When you are in a 9 to 5, and that is how you are depending on that for your livelihood, you don't have that choice.
Well, I've mentioned that I work with a consulting company and we bring coaches on for certifications.
Yeah.
And 90%, I mean, I've been with them for 4 years. Every intake session we have, 90% that are in corporate leave because of a toxic
Same
environment.
thing with teachers. The coaching program
Yep.
that I coach with that Nikki's in, the majority of the women in there are teachers.
There are so many teachers and it's not even funny.
I remember I had a sitter that was going in for, early childhood education, and somebody told her it was like her final year. She had pretty much done everything. Said, don't go into teaching.
No,
Please,
no, like
don't go into teaching.
you are not
Oh,
respected. I mean,
yes. Like,
yeah, you're not.
what a sad thing, because those are the careers that should be
It's true.
lifted up. You want to make sure you put those people up because they're with your children.
Well, and I was in the heart of it during that whole 2020, the thing we don't speak about time. And I'll take parents were awful. Teachers just need to get their asses back into the classroom. And you would see it all over Facebook, and
Yeah.
it's like, number one, you're not
A
valuing our
babysitter.
lives or the
Yeah.
lives of the people who are around us. That's, number one. But then, we go back and the administration is just like, "Rawr, we don't like you all anymore." And it's like,
Hold up.
So that's where I will glamorize about being an entrepreneur. Like, you are your own.
you have that freedom, that flexibility,
Yeah.
That freedom.
Like, if you don't want to work with a client,
you don't have
who
to.
says you can't? Or you have to, or whatever. Or if you want to leave work early, or you want to take the rest of the day off, who says you can't?
Freedom is the number one reason people leave their jobs.
Yeah. Now that I will glamorize for sure.
Now, I really want some freedom. I'll be honest. I do glamorize. Like, I want to not make enough money that if I want to go and hop a plane to Barcelona,
Yeah.
I'm there. I get to go spend the
That's
weekend
where
there if I want
everybody,
to.
yeah.
I can go and call you guys and say, hey, want to spend a weekend in New York? And yeah, we do because we're making enough money to
Let's
do that. So
go.
I do
Yeah.
glamorize that kind of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that was a good answer, ladies. Okay, we made it through that one. Everyone's still alive. How about the next question is, how do you define ambition without exhaustion? And Kira, I'll have you go first this time.
Yeah, I
You're
think
probably good at this one.
well, I think that there is this like hustle culture out there where you hear you have to do so much in order to succeed, and I don't necessarily believe that's true. I actually had a coach tell me the less you do, the more you make, and so I leaned into that, trying to understand, okay, how do I do less and make more? And so I do actually have frameworks for clients who can do this thing, right? So you don't actually have to be on 24 hours a day.
You shouldn't have to be on
You
24 hours
shouldn't.
a day.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know a lot of people like Tammy, you're like this. I'm like this. We want to. I think Nikki, you're
That's
probably like this
because
when you're not
that's a
putting money.
personal decision,
Yeah,
though.
it's a personal
Yeah,
decision. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. And so I do think there is some guardrails around ambition that a lot of entrepreneurs do not follow, where it's like, I'm going to wear all the hats, I'm going to do all the things, I'm going to succeed,
Yeah.
before they actually step back and go, what is my definition of success? And you
Right.
have to define that first.
Absolutely.
You
Yeah.
have to know what
Absolutely.
success is
You
first.
want to see the end game before
Yeah.
you get in the beginning.
Yeah,
And
because if
I
not, you're
think
going to
this
burn
year
out.
I think this year I've been more like realistic with things of like what I say yes to, what it's okay to say not right now or
Yeah.
no.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, I
And
mean, let's think about it, Nikki. To be honest, you and Kira are here. This is a passion project of ours. None of us are getting paid to do it. We're doing it because it's a passion project of ours and we like each other. We have a great relationship. That's the
we
only
have fun.
reason we're doing that. We all
Yeah.
have better things to do.
Yeah.
So this is why we're here.
That's right.
And
It's
I'll
a
even give
joy.
out an example too, is like I know last week we had talked about because in our networking group we're setting up a resource section on our portal and this and that. And I was like, don't have any like because they've just never done anything for me. Now I did scrunch up some for Kira to have. But that's one thing I realized that I ended up letting go, not because I didn't enjoy doing them. They
But
just
because they
did
weren't serving
not,
your business.
they were not doing anything for me, but bringing me spam into my
Right.
newsletter list.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I'm actually debating still having a newsletter list, but not as like I do weekly emails
Yeah.
twice a week. And it's becoming like, is this serving me really?
It's
Am
what
I
I
getting
want to be
Or
business
doing.
from
Right.
this? Like,
Right.
what value?
yeah,
And I do think, Nikki, like, think about it this way. It doesn't have to bring you business, but are you impacting people? Are you adding
Right.
value to their day? And I think that, Tammy, is probably the real answer to the
That's
question is,
absolutely it.
yeah.
how are you impacting other people? And that's on my goal list every single day is I make an impact.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And
Do that, then I
that's
won't
where I
burn out.
really love doing what I do because I get to see the relief on people's face
Mm-hmm.
really when I can help them of
Oh,
their
absolutely.
systems, their project management, taking things off their plate by setting up automations and things like that. And it's just like, okay, like that's chef's kiss right there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even as I just mentioned that we're doing this out of passion project, but it flows into why we did the network because honestly, we are having real conversations like this because that is what was lacking in the network. So, I mean, I don't know how you guys feel, but I find that space where we can all be so honest and so real and not worrying about a video going
It's
up, not
true.
worrying how you show up,
It's true.
looking
And
perfect and not sharing if you have your
I love it.
pitch right because we don't even do pitches. The idea is getting to know you as a person through experience, through shared moments, through being together in one room.
It
So,
honestly reminds me of like, you know how some group of friends, girlfriends get together like one Saturday of the month and they go out to eat brunch or lunch or whatever. That's what
Yeah.
it reminds me of.
Oh, it's
right.
so funny because if you think about the networking group, like as like a TV show, right? You go to like
Yikes.
yeah. It's funny because if you were to go to just some regular networking group, you're walking in, it's a little bit awkward. You might feel, a
Yeah.
little bit like you're walking into not even the office because the office is funny. It's something stuffy. It's something,
Right.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, you might feel like you're walking into Scandal. But us, you're walking into Sex in the City. It's like,
Well,
it's like,
and that's the point. It's
yeah,
real. I mean, we're not looking to do anything but support and share.
right.
Because
Yeah.
how can
Yeah.
you grow without shared experiences? And when
Mhm.
I find I go to networks, it's polished. It's the image that they're trying to portray to make the sale or to
It's
make the
like
connection
the
to the sale.
presentation has to be perfect. This
Right.
person's
That
speaking, and then this
this,
person has to know what cue
yeah, this
to
is
pick
not
up
it
the
at all.
conversation. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
great. Like I said, trust me, I'm not putting down any
It
networks.
makes me nervous going to those, like, oh my God, is somebody gonna mess up?
Right.
But no, but I will tell
What's
you
gonna
something.
happen? What's gonna
Let me
happen?
tell you, I do feel like we are like our exclusive little club. And this is not to say I don't want people, I want you in. I want everybody in,
Not
but
everybody's going to fit in.
not everybody's going to fit in. And so when we are in that room and other people come and they're sitting in, it's almost like, who are you? What are you doing? Tell me
Exactly.
about you. I want to know everything.
Tell me all the
We
stuff.
are this group of women who are open. We are bold. We say what we want to say. We help each other. We lift each other up. And I love it. I absolutely love when we do.
Yeah. And that's why we did it, is because we're not looking to,
That's what was lacking.
Yeah.
make money off of it every month or we've been doing it for almost a year. It'll be a year this summer,
Has it been
which
a
is
year?
crazy.
So crazy.
It'll
Oh
be a year
my
this
gosh.
summer.
You guys are
No,
going to hate me. I told somebody the other day, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's
we'll
only been
have
a
to
few
check.
months.
We'll have to check what the first date was. But we still do it because we love it. We are not making nothing off of it.
Right. And this is a connect, like I
I'm
said, it
looking right
also
here.
is, we have a strong connection. So to
Go
share
look it up.
Yeah, I'm
to
looking it
share
up.
the levels of experience just between us three, it's a lot. There's people who are going to relate to Nikki, there's people who are going to relate to Kira, and there's people who are going to relate to, to myself. So it's just nice to be able to share truly how you are, truly how you can support someone, and have them come in not expecting to have them to give us a pitch or not expecting them
Yeah.
to, come in for, sales. You're just coming in to share,
Yeah.
to get to know and to be you. So my point of saying that is it brings it back to purpose.
Yeah.
Something like that, which we did not plan, we
Yeah.
never planned. It all happened by default, is something that's growing.
In June, we started in the beginning of
Okay.
June.
Okay.
Hey,
And
look,
it's purpose that's
Yeah.
growing.
It's purpose. It's
So
growing. That's right. That's right. I mean, something really has come out of it, like an emotion, right? I feel very tied
I
to.
get emotional when I hear the other ladies talk about it.
Me too. Me
We had
too.
some great
And
comments.
they
Yeah.
love it. We just got a
Yeah.
new member who I
Yeah.
think is really just
Yeah.
going to benefit so much. And I think she's loving it. So I'm
So
thrilled.
that's that's my happy place.
Yeah.
So well, ladies, this
same.
has been fun. Everybody's good. Kira, you all's good. Just the words from the heaven, obviously.
I mean, Tammy,
in a
I
good
can
place.
always, just talk like this. And so you're feeling like, oh my gosh, there's guidance. There's an angel here. There's an angel.
Little afraid.
There's an angel. That aura.
Well,
It
ladies, as
reminds me like when
always.
I hop on a Zoom call and I'm early and I'll pull something else up and I forget that I'm on a Zoom call and
Yes.
they start talking. I'm like,
And that's what
and
this
I'm like,
is.
oh crap, I'm on a Zoom call.
But the billowing voice was yelling. She saw
I'm
Nikki
on
and
a
I
Zoom
going,
call
oh, anyways, we'll catch you later, Kira.
We're Instagramming over here.
too. Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Maybe
anyways,
we'll have to
ladies,
continue our tutorial.
This has been great. Great conversations. Always love getting together. As a quick reminder, we are Women Talk Fierce. 3 women, 3 stages of life, business, roller coaster of laughs, loud lessons, and of course, you never know if it's going to turn into a true crime podcast. However, let's throw it to Nikki to see where you can find us and how you can join us.
Yes, we are at womentalkfierce.com and we are on pretty much all social media. I'm sure we'll add more later on, hopefully. But yeah, that's where we
Awesome.
are at. Oh, wait, on YouTube, please catch us on YouTube. I think that's our most
Yeah.
listens and our most views, which I can relate because I would rather watch a podcast instead of listen to one. But
And then we'll throw it, thank you, Miss Nikki. We'll throw it over to Kira. Anything else we need to know, my dear?
You can listen to us on Apple, Spotify, Amazon. And you can watch us on YouTube. As Nikki said, we are on all podcasting platforms. So if you have missed an episode and you don't have Spotify or you don't have Apple, that is okay. Just Google us. We'll be there.
I will say
Yep.
we do have an added little treat. We are starting to take applications to join
Yes.
oh yes,
this
those are
podcast
fun.
mayhem. So if you're up for the challenge, feel free to email us, Nikki, Kira. Obviously, we know I'm not the tech person.
Yeah,
so
you can reach out on
guys.
socials or just email us at womentalkfierce@gmail.com and we'll get you the application.
Fabulous, fabulous. All right. Well, ladies, thanks so much. Always a good time. Catch you later.
Oh yeah. Bye.